Alright, so the only reason I showed this shot is to show that he was a difficult exam. So I couldn't get a lot of the shots that we need, however, I was able to get this one shot. And so this is actually, I was trying to get a parasternal long axis, and this is definitely a long axis. Here's your LV, here's the mitral valve, here's the aortic valve, and basically I slid down the side of the chest towards the axilla and made it an apical long axis. But it's the same stuff. Now already, with just a single shot, I see that the LV function is normal. Maybe a wall motion abnormality right here, but probably not actually. But overall, the function is good. Mitral valve opens. There's little mitral annular calcification. Aortic valve, I can't see well enough. There's enough calcification there and enough lack of movement that makes me a little concerned, but I'll wait till we see something else. One thing I say, I'm going to have a lot of these without EKG. Don't ever do it without EKG. Alright, so systolic function is normal. I look at the pulse wave at the mitral leaflet tips. That's what we're seeing right here. And I get EA. EA, how do I know that this is EA without EKG? Technically I don't, but they're so close together that I know that this is going to be EA. So my E is 86. And then I have pulse wave on, I'll have to show you, I actually got it's not this shot. It's actually a 4-chamber. There's my right atrium, left ventricle, right ventricle. But the shot was so bad that I could only get it by Doppler. Doppler can see things that I can't see. And you can see that it had a little bit of trouble, but still got it. Now, how do I know that this is E prime? Well, here's my annulus. It moves this way in systole, this way in diastole. So away in diastole, these two are close together, so here's my E prime. So my E prime is 6. Back to this, 86, 6. 86 divided by 6 is, say, 126, 4. So roughly 14. So add 4 to that, left atrial pressures are roughly 18. So preoperatively on this guy, I know he has normal systolic function, but he has high left atrial pressures. The left atrial pressures are 18. I do not want to give this guy fluid. And this is a great example of why that whole 4-2-1 rule for NPO is kind of a load of crap. This guy is probably fluid overloaded, even though he's been NPO for so long. I'm going to just make sure that my math was right here. So 86 divided by 6. Yeah, 14. Yes. I went to grammar school. All right. And back to this long axis. Here's my LVOT. Now I'm putting pulse wave in the LVOT, and I get a stroke volume. Or at least I get a VTI. VTI is 23. So here's what I've got. Normal systolic function based on my first shot. I've got a normal stroke volume, so 23 times 3 is roughly 70 milliliters. That's a normal stroke volume. Normal stroke volume, high left atrial pressures. This guy does not need fluid. He was going for a thoracic case, so a case that we don't want to give fluid anyway. So he was in good shape. Even though he had theoretically a pre-op deficit, he was fine. So a lot of information in just really 1.5 shots.